Good morning, everybody. I hope you're all doing well, in good spirits. Looking forward to a happy holiday, a Merry Christmas, a Feliz Navidad, um, time with family and loved ones. I think I'm going to go to the cemetery later. It's my mom's birthday. It's the first Christmas since she's passed away. But my mom was a Jehovah Witness. And she always instilled in me that she's sleeping and unaware of anything until God wakes her up again. That was the belief she had her whole life and pushed on me. Actually, she didn't have them her whole life. There was this kid, and I would go ask to play with him, and his grandmother would say, um, he can play with you only if you sit down and read one book in the of Bible stories with me. And so I would read it, and then he could come out and play. And it's kind of ironic that his uncle, I seen him stand up to the cops and like even chunk him with him. And he had his pants above his belly button, wearing a brim. Very 80s, old school, motherfuckers stabbing each other. He was, um, when I saw that, like I sensed some power there. And I think that was what gave me my fascination at the same time that that guy's mom was teaching me about the Bible. And what I learned, I took home. And then my mom eventually became a Jehovah Witness because of what I was learning and sharing with her. And then the grandmother to the kid would give my mom a ride to Kingdom Hall because she didn't know how to drive. And and that just became our family friends. After they moved out of the projects, after we moved out of the projects, we would still always go see each other. And a lot of it is that both my mom and her were Jehovah Witnesses, and they do um, form a tight knit community that looks out for each other. And so I'll go visit her today, even though um, she wouldn't want me to. She wouldn't want me to celebrate her birthday. We didn't celebrate Christmas. Um, but I'll still go and then think about something she would want me to do and do that. Maybe I'll go to Kingdom Hall tomorrow. I think I'll do that. Um, but I know everybody else appreciates this time of joy. And I'm happy for the memories I have of my mom and her beliefs are that we will see each other again. And I'm happy about that. I hope we see each other again. I might not make it, but if I do, I'll see her. Um, anyways, that's what I could do. Try to make it across. But given the holidays, I wanted to try and make a good, positive video and just give you guys some gifts. So the first one is I'd made the video and then I deleted it because it was difficult to do without seeming like I was throwing barbs at folks. And I didn't want to do that, but I did want to give you a lesson. And this is actually two lessons. The first lesson is that in spotting how genuine or and mature someone is, um, the size of the brand on their clothes usually means they're trying to prove something to you. And folks who have grown beyond that might even wear clothes that are more expensive and like actually authentic with logos the size of my pinky fingernail. And the logo will be the exact same color as the pants, the shirt, what have you. Only someone that knows like where the logo is usually at or can spot just good quality by looking at it will understand, okay, this person, um, they do like the finer things, but they don't do it for the world. They're not creating an image for the world to think they like the finer things. They just enjoy them. And so the gift is, I think, showing you what I think is a way to I spot at best some kind of immaturity, and at worst an attempt to deceive you. Like someone having a new Mercedes but lives with their mom and doesn't help with the bills at home. Um, as part of that, I thought of accompanying messages, which is that it's not material things you acquire that or can show off that make you if that's what you do, you always need more and more of that. It's not satisfying. um, the greatest riches are those that you store in heaven. No one can come take them from you. But there are things that I've kind of noticed from folks who are well off, and it's that their cars are faster, their knives are sharper, um, their clothes last longer, sheets are much. It's night and day, and the only reason I know is because every Friday before Christmas I go to Macy's, and that's where I get the gifts. And one year I thought, well, what can I get my wife that we wouldn't get ourselves? And that particular year, I thought I'm going to get her a set of bed sheets. Folks might think bed sheets, but I've gotten those as gifts and liked them. By girlfriends who probably thought, "Damn, this fool just got a old Mexican blanket with some mattresses on the floor." Now you know how girlfriends be; they're always trying to clean you up. So I've gotten sheets before because they were coming over and staying the night, and so it's kind of, I think they wanted them for themselves, really. But anyways, I digress. Um, that year, I thought I'll get my wife a bed sheet set, and it was gonna be, I think it was a 1200 count. And 1200 count means the amount of threads in a 1 inch square, and the higher the number is, the higher the quality, and especially if it's like cotton from Egypt, and so there's these little things that make sheets better than regular sheets you would get at Walmart. It feels different. It feels like you're gonna slide out of the bed because they're just so soft. So I bought them, and it was a Christmas gift. Again, I don't. Once they're gone, they're gone. We don't have those all the time. That's not what I'm trying to convey. This was a Christmas gift, and when I saw the original price was like $80 for each pillowcase. Just the sheet was $250. The one that wraps around the mattress is $250. The one that goes, the whole set was like $1,200, but I used my card. It was Christmas, so 70% off. I would not pay full price. That's a gift my mom gave me. We would always go to Macy's and work the clearance racks so that we would wear good quality clothes that would last. And we would pay the same prices that you might pay at the flea market, but you're getting good quality clothes. My mom really instilled that in me, and that's where this gift that I'm going to give you is going. And so I bought the set, and it was like maybe $500, which to me was just mind boggling that people have these as a staple, and their sheets in their laundry cabinet is $10,000, but no one sees that, and they're not trying to show that off. And someone breaks into their house, they're not gonna steal the sheets. It's a step below the riches in heaven, because they don't want to break in your house and be like, "Ooh, this motherfucker got 1,200 count sheets. Let me take these. Oh shit, this is a Cutco knife. Let me take these." And things of that nature. Oh shit, this book is the first run and print of this book. Um, let me take this book. And I would say that books in the prison genre, I've bought them as they've come out, and by and large, a lot of the first ones have just like, well, I'll do the math right now. One was $25, and it jumped to $2,500. And I gave it to someone as a gift when it was like I loaned it to them, and then they said they lost it, so I didn't make a big deal about it. Um, but and then later on, I found they traded it for something. Um, but it's someone that in some ways, when I was not a positive person, I think that they looked up to me and were misled, and I was able to come out of that, and they weren't. Um, and I love them, so there was no need to pretend to be like even angry. They got a hard life, um, and so, but it went to $2,500. So I don't know what's that, 100 times more. 25 times 10 would be 250. Yeah, so it increased 100-fold. Um, that's someone breaks in, they're not gonna take that. They don't see those things. But I totally digress. The point is this: I learned that if you go to certain stores, and Macy's is one of them, you do all your Christmas shopping before Christmas. I think you got 10 days. So if you're a last minute shopper like me, you get your gifts on the 22nd, 23rd. They're on sale. You get 70% off. You go on the second to pay your bill. You use your card so that you get the discounts. I'm not rich. My mom taught me to bargain hunt for good quality stuff. You take it back, and they'll adjust it for any sales that happen within that 10-day period. So those $500 sheets that I gave my wife as a Christmas gift, I think dropped to like $160 after the first. So like I totally scored. Um, and that's the other gift I wanted to give you, is that if you shop in these stores and ask, do you guys have this policy? After the first, go back, say, hey, look, here's my receipt. These are the things I bought. Um, I don't know if you could do it for cash. Like again, I'm using my card, so they just adjust the card and credit it. But by and large, the the bill, the cost I paid before Christmas to be able to give Christmas gifts gets halved at least after the first when I go back to get my receipt adjusted. And so that's the other gift I wanted to give you, to that little game, so that maybe you could save a buck and apply it to something good, and for your family, or even charity. Um, and now I got a third gift, and then I'll be done for today. The third gift is, oh, actually, that was one of them. So there's two more, and that is just the gift of good news. One is kind of for Raza, who I often hear say they have no representation in the entertainment industry. Um, I wanted to highlight this young lady. I know her last name is Ortega, who plays Wednesday Adams in a sitcom on Netflix. And so my family watches it. They love her. They think she's hella cool. And she's on there with Pachanga, who plays Gomez Adams. So that's another one. That's the Adams family is an iconic part of entertainment. I grew up watching them, and now Gomez is played by Pachanga. I know some people were mad about that. They were like, he's too ugly, this, that. But I think he's a perfect Gomez Adams. Um, Morticia's played by Catherine Zeta-Jones. I don't know if Zeta-Jones is actually. Well, I don't know why I said it like that, but she plays Morticia, and then the young Ortega plays Wednesday. I was at a party like a week ago, and folks asked, "So what are you watching right now?" And everybody kind of talks about the TV shows they're into. And I mentioned that I had watched Wednesday, and everybody was like, "Oh yeah, my family loves it. We're all watching it." And I didn't even mention like the ethnicity being a thing. They just all liked it because they'd grown up watching it. Now their kids were watching it, and for Latinos that don't feel there's representation, there's some representation, and it's in like mainstream entertainment because apparently all these folks who were professionals at this party, engineers, scientists, chemists, what have you, they all watched it and liked it. So I thought that was pretty good. And then this is the gravy, the cherry on top. And forgive me for saying the government should be doing this, but the story itself, I think, is a great gift for today, and it's the gift of the human spirit. So this Vato, and I wish I knew his name, won the TV show Survivor. And as the winner, he won $1 million. You know what he did with that? He gave it to charity. He gave it to veterans. So I thought that was a beautiful thing to do, a very noble gesture, and I wanted to leave you guys with that as inspiration and a gift as well. Happy holidays. Much love.